Hello everyone. Finally this board. Dude, everyone's been pumped for this board. Basically, here's how this stream came to be. Well, I guess we'll talk a little bit about that. I was talking to another content creator and they were like, bro, have you seen how popular the Evo is? And I was like, yeah, they're pretty popular. Then somehow, somewhere within the span of the 24 hours, they're like, hey, do you want to look at an Evo80? And they sent this one here. I was like, you know what? If it's been that popular, people have already reviewed this to hell and back. Like, this is not new. They asked. I said, sure. They said, do you want to also build one? And I was like, because I was about to ask them that anyways. They read my mind. But let's take a look at this board, shall we? All right, so model TKL, leaf spring gaskets. Tells you even the aluminum, the materials. Oh, I like that. They just put a little like rough estimate of everything here. So 17.5 front height with an EKH of 22. That's pretty good, actually. Damn, and it's 1.9 kilos? I didn't get to see too many builds. Like, I was searching this, and I didn't see too many with no foam or very little foam. The price of 165, because I think it's $5 off at Mechanical Keyboards right now. It's pretty good. There's Azure switches. There's also Keycaps switches. If you guys didn't know, this is the same family of product as Neo and QWERTY keys and all that jazz. So they did send over, like I said, a separate thing to build because I talked to them about it. But hell yeah, dude. This is a sick one. Wait, this looks really nice. I mean, right away, the keycaps actually look pretty damn good quality too. Dude, this is so nice looking. Ooh, even these curves on the side are quite nice. For 165 bucks, the coating on this is gorgeous too. Kind of has like, I don't know if that's just my eyes playing tricks, but it has like very small flecks of like sparkles in it, but it's very, very mild. And we talked about this the other day. I like when TKLs either have nothing or they have a little like accent below the nav cluster here, or they have an all out thing. I don't like little circles or little engravings. I love this. This is very much my my cup of tea. Oh, these are really thick. You can already tell these are thick boys. 1.6 millimeters. Very, very nice. And they're die sub, so these are not going to be double shot or anything. So these are die sub. I would personally say that's a pretty side profile. I think this curve over here really does something for the board. It adds, like, depends if you're in the shadow or not, but I do like it. It gives it some texture. This foot of the weight, I think, kind of makes the side profile sort of unique too. It's not just a box on wedge, or wedge on box, whatever you want to call it, but it does have some nice angles and curves on the side. That is pretty. It's a leaf spring, which you don't ever find in keyboards this price point, right? You don't find them at the $165 mark. It has some really thick silicone gaskets over here. I think right now, like, just looking at this is really good value for 165 bucks. But has QWERTY keys really ever let us down in that sense? For value, no. Now will be the deciding factor of, can we make this also sound kind of clacky? So we'll see. The PCB does have flex cuts. I don't even think there's a non-flex cut version of this though. But this is the style for people who want this. Like, you get a little bit more flex, I suppose. But, you know, would I prefer a non-flex cut version? Absolutely. Also, wireless for this is insane too. I don't like the way this PCB is sitting though. I don't think it's supposed to have like almost like a bubble to it, but it's a little warped. We'll make it work though with the plate. Shouldn't be a problem. You know, okay, I'm gonna give them props though. I appreciate that the plate also has matching flex cuts. I feel like that's kind of low-key a rarity. Usually you get companies who just like stack flex cuts and then they don't do the same thing to the plate, and it makes it really weird. So appreciate that. I feel like I say this all the time these days. There is nothing wrong with using, there's no room for PCB mounted stabs. There's nothing wrong with using plate mounted stabs though. I still don't think these are terrible. In fact, I think they're fine. I think the hatred for plate mounted stabs have been a little bit overblown. So the cutout foam is slightly better, but give no foam a try. Yeah, I'm not, for the record, I'm not expecting much with zero foam just because it's flex cuts, but I am hoping that using mid-plate foam will be super awesome for this. PCB issues, I feel, are more common on brands who focus on nice boards with great pricing. Had issues with Wuche's Icky PCB and also noted PCBs. And you're not wrong there. Sometimes to get the prices lower, you have to kind of, unfortunately, cheap it on parts on PCBs. It's why sometimes when you see PCBs at $50 and you're like, damn, this is more expensive than some of the cheaper keyboards, there's a reason why. The parts on the PCBs will cost more. All right, I don't have high hopes for this combination, but maybe I'll be blown away. Have you tried playing Magic the Gathering? I used to play Magic the Gathering very, very briefly. Card games that I was into, I was really into Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while there, I was actually going to like little mini tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh! But then I stopped because I got in trouble at one of the tournaments. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you guys a story and you guys can shake your head all you want. I had no clue that one of the tournaments I was going had a ban list of cards. Like they were playing actual real format Yu-Gi-Oh! And I brought my deck and I started playing, and they asked me if my deck was up to code, and I didn't know what that meant, and I said sure. And then we were playing, and then I played Regeki, and then I got kicked out. They told me, how dare you? I can't believe they didn't tell you what was on the ban list. No, it was my own fault. There was a ban list. I didn't read the ban list because I didn't know what the hell it was. And when they told me, like, I remember they specifically used the words like, is your deck up to code? And I said, yes. Like, it works. Like, that's what I thought it meant. Like, does it operate? And I'm like, yeah, it's a good deck. But yeah, it ended up, I misunderstood what they were trying to say. I don't remember what deck it was at the time. It was just whatever cards I could afford. It wasn't like, I was a kid. Like, I was like, how old was I? I don't even remember. Well, as a teenager, but I wasn't old enough to buy my cards 24/7. Hey, turned on. I'm going to use GMK caps for this. Take it off the key cult. Doesn't deserve Mars Cadet. What do you mean? I actually really like this key cult. This is my favorite release by far. Dude, Gecko, if this sounds really good with no foam with a flex cut PCB, then I don't even know what to say. There's some mystery that needs to be unlocked, and I need to study this keyboard. But it also could be the mounting style. It really could be the mounting style of this that makes this super unique. This does look insane as a theme for a board. I'm here for this. Peas in a pod. This is perfect for this. Like, honestly, the gray matches the gray here. Like, it is the set for Mars Cadet. Or I guess the keyboard for it. Like, this is no foam at all. Like, zero foam. We're using the Azure switches, the FR4 plate, and that's it. I have a feeling it's going to be the mounting style. It's going to just fucking carry this thing, but let's see. Like, it's there. The sound is there. I do think I do want to add the... This is probably the best sounding flex cut PCB that I've ever typed on. Like, I would say this passes. It's not perfect, but it passes completely. It's these. It's 100% the way this is mounted. It basically lays on these pieces of metal that can kind of independently operate. And then what they've done, which I think is really smart, and I've always suggested companies to do this, probably not on stream, but like I've told companies, they have a piece of silicone that it's sitting on. So it's isolated away from the bottom of the case. To show you guys up close, it's such a good idea. See how it's isolated? So the only real thing that's touching is probably these screws, but it doesn't really matter. It's not just gonna bang on the metal, which we've seen them do in the past, right? We've seen them just lay this on metal and then it just clinks. So, because this is easy as hell to mod, so. Like, Does that make a big difference or what? It's not over the top foamy. And then we can try with this other piece of foam too, because it has cutouts. And I think the cutouts will actually do a pretty good job of letting some more of the metallic-iness come through. So let's try that too. Because if we put this now, how does this go? Like this? I am genuinely so shocked. I'm not loving the modifiers. Like, they're good, but they're not, like, the best. And maybe that's just a switch choice. Maybe I can find a better switch that suits the modifiers, but I don't even mind the spacebar here. 165, I believe. I don't think it was CAD. Was I talking CAD? I'm pretty sure this is USD. Yeah, USD. Actually, if you guys wanted the Azure with FR4 and the spray, it's 160. Maybe I'm even wrong. Is it 160 for this one? Yeah, the spray coat Spark, this particular one's 160. So this kind of makes me want to see this mounting style done exactly like this in more boards. The only thing I would say maybe I'd want different if you're going to do more boards, I don't know if it's possible if they're going to continue to use catchball system, but I would think maybe move this from here to either more here or just remove this entirely and make a smaller leaf spring here or something, like a half spring. But dude, absolutely crazy. Like, I would never have guessed this is all flex cut. I don't know. I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say. I did not expect this. I do wish the layout support was there, but I'm also not moaning and groaning about it because I know why this board doesn't support that layout. Maybe for the Evo75, they'll kind of learn from that, but this is supposed to be at its core a pre-built keyboard. And for the fact that I can kind of just take this apart and get this out of it too, goddamn. So very happy about that. I am seeing that there's a JSON file available for VIA, which probably means this doesn't load up into VIA natively, which is a bit of a bummer. So let's see. Let's see if this loads up into VIA natively. Hard mode. Does it load? It does not. Okay. Well, at least they provide a JSON on the page. Not that I'm a big fan of that, but it is what it is. I've already gone through a bajillion speeches of this. Well, I'm happy with today's stream. I am. How are you guys feeling about the Evo80? All right, guys. Really good time today. I'll make this a little YouTube video as well because I am genuinely shocked by this board, and I think it's an insane pickup. See you guys. Love you. Bye-bye.